Oh, check it out. It's raining outside. It's storming. What? I can't fly in this weather. I don't recall giving you a choice, newbie. We have met the final boss in Deadstick. All right, we have got to put some fuel in this airplane. I'm full right stick into the wind right now, and you can feel it moving this airplane around. This is, oh, don't you do it. We're in the air. Oh my God, look at that. So that means we are going to be doing a soft field landing. So we're gonna hold that stick all the way back in our lap after we touch down on the ground. What? That scared me. No, we are not on planet Mars. Red sky in the morning, sailor's warning. Check it out. Almost 6 in the morning right now, and we have been cut loose, and we can now operate as a commercial pilot and take jobs. So we're gonna do that. We have to go over to the briefing hut. But let's get the airplane out, pre-flighted, all that, because we know we're gonna fly it today. We did get that cylinder fixed last time. There it is right there. So that's good news for us. Let's pull this airplane out of the hangar. All right, that's good right there. Also, have a look at that. That is a VOR station right there, and you see all those individual spokes all the way around there. Very cool how well that is detailed, but yeah, this wind is going to be a little problematic today, I have a feeling. Let's close the hangar door, and we'll head over to the airplane. We'll fire it up, and we'll taxi over to the briefing hut. All right, we have full tanks on both sides. That's good for us. You can turn the speaker on and off, which is really cool, by the way. I didn't go over that last time, but that's all right. Let's turn the landing light off and nav light off. Anti-coal is on and master switch is on. Mixture is going in all the way like that. Let's go ahead and prime this thing. Clear prop. Fires right up. And we'll taxi this thing over to the briefing hut. If you haven't checked out the previous videos, we did the initial startup mission and all that. Then we went to flight school, got the commercial pilot's license, and today we are finally on our way to becoming the best bush pilot we possibly can be, and we will be indeed running some cargo. All right, that's pretty good right there. Let's just go ahead and kill this thing here. We're gonna chalk the airplane because I don't trust it, to be honest with you, with this wind today. Add wheel chocks. There we go. And let's head inside. Okay, I'll get you assigned to a job ASAP. Just waiting for confirmation on something. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I was checking my phone because we can't take these jobs because we're a WWLF employee. We can't accept these jobs if we are one. And the jobs reset at midnight. Good to know. All right, here's our first assignment. You're gonna fly up to an airstrip called Boyce, okay? I could say sounds like fun as long as I get paid. Sounds like fun to me. If you say so. We don't pay extra for enthusiasm. Send me the details. All right, here we go. We're gonna accept the job. It's a water barrel, 10 pounds, and a crate at 4 pounds. Not too bad. Job accepted. Collect cargo from Boyce. All right. No one else will touch this stuff, so you're up. Oh, beautiful. All right, looking at Morton today, we've got winds 180 variable at 5 knots. Clear skies 0964 looks good to me. Notice the airmen open as usual, no wind shears. Maximum gust speeds of 5 knots. That's not too bad at all, actually, compared to what I thought it was going to be. Looks like that is red for a reason, but let's click on this one. This is Boyce itself. We're looking at 154 variable at 4. So again, winds are out of the south. Clear skies there at 0945. Looking at our job over here, Boyce to Morton, 2 pieces, payments 1,000. There's the XP we would get, the skill, reliability, care, and safety. Here's our flight plan along the route. And we'll talk a little bit more about that once we get out to the airplane. You can go over to Job Tracker as well, and this shows you everything that's happening if you get lost. And I didn't go over this last time, but you do have a full manual here about the basics, the planes, how to get jobs. Then we can look at our license that we have. We can go to our bank account. It's all right here, and our logbook as well. And here's our insurance paper that we had from that fax machine. And then we have achievements right here. So a lot of cool stuff at the top. Let's go ahead and pull the chocks. One thing you can do is you can add oil to the airplane. You can check your oil right here. Check the oil level there. And you see it's 3.6 quarts remaining. Wonderful. And then we can hit G, go to this guy, and then we can add oil just like this. There we go. Check the oil level again. 3.9 quarts remaining. I don't want to overfill it or anything like that, so we're just going to leave it as is. There we go. Nice. Prop is good. Wheels are all looking good. It's 98% on that side, but that's okay. Yep. Everything here is fine. I'm going to continue doing my walk around. And this is what's really cool is you make sure everything is good to go before you go flying, you know? You want to catch it on the ground before you catch it in the air. That's for damn sure. All right, back in the airplane, open up our knee board here. So there's Boyce is our waypoint, heading 193. Let's look at our compass here and try to get that about right. It's just it's slightly off. There we go. That's pretty good right there. Heading 193 we need to put in here. So 193. That seems wrong, though. That seems like we're going the opposite way. It's only 8 nautical miles, so that's not bad at all. We can start the stopwatch as well. We'll expect 37 minutes in flight to Boyce. Fuel quantity is checked. That's good to go. We're going to turn that master switch on, and mixture's going in. We're going to prime the engine. Clear prop. She is fired up. I am too. Let's turn this thing on. 1200 there is fine. Turn these guys on. Turn this on as well for DME and our ADF as well if we need to use that. Okay, so Boyce only has an NDB, 506 kilohertz. 506. There we go. That's for the ADF. We can hear the beeping already happening, and you can see it pointing directly at it. We're not using a VOR station because it doesn't have one. But if we were to use the VOR at Morton on the way back, we will. That's the VOR there, 114.5. So we would do 114.5 and transfer that. Now we have DME to that VOR out there. And then you can move this thing around and you can see exactly where you are from the VOR station, which we'll use that on the way back. Now that beeping you're going to be hearing in the background, that is just the ADF letting us know that that is the station. Close the door. We're good there. Let's go flying out to Boyce. Flaps are set. Landing light is on. Let's start rolling out to the runway. All right, as we're taxiing out to the runway right now, I can show you what I was talking about before. You can hit G and open up this, which is your camera. And this is what we're going to use to take pictures of settlements or anything we see on the ground. And it will add it to your map for Dead Reckoning, so we can navigate off of what we see on the ground. Yeah, we want to do a good job, so we're going to be safe on our way out. Now, something that is very interesting about tail draggers that a lot of people don't know is that when you taxi these, you can see that our nose is up in the air, right? So what you do is you go back and forth like this to see ahead of you. So if you've ever been to an air show and you see tail dragger airplanes taxiing out to the runway, that's why they wag back and forth like this. It's pretty normal for tail draggers to do that. So we don't run into, you know, wildlife or another airplane or something like that in front of us. So as we taxi out, you can see this is our comms right here. So this is how we communicate to tower, to if we're on a Unicom, which we can use a Unicom by hitting M here. You can see here at Morton, our Unicom is 122.8. That will be familiar to some people. So 122.8. You can do 2 and then 8. There we go. And we would swap the frequency to the Unicom. So we would be talking to everybody on Morton. And over here on the right-hand side is your navigation radios that you saw me change before. So you would dial in the VOR you need to there. Down here is our transponder. So that's what we're using to squawk a code. So ATC would see us out there as we're using our ADS-B equipment. Mode C transponder 1200. And before we take off, we'll use our kneeboard, and we will indeed start the stopwatch so we can make sure that we arrive basically within the 37. And that's just so if you get lost, you're like, okay, I should have been there by that time. That's basically what that's for. All right, we're not gonna use the entire runway. We don't need that today. So we're just gonna turn around right here, line up, and we're going to start the stopwatch. We're gonna take off. We're gonna make a turn to the left, away from all of that terrain there on our right-hand side and this massive mountain in front of us. So let's go to the kneeboard, and we're gonna hit start on our stopwatch. There it goes. It's running. So put that away, and let's go flying, y'all. Yeah, it's pleasant whenever that wind is right down the runway like that. We're in the air at about 50, 55 knots. And we'll release our rudder there. As we increase our airspeed here, we're gonna go ahead and bring up those flaps. There we go. We're gonna keep climbing out this way. Like I said, we're gonna go to the left here so we don't have to get into a situation with those mountains. That's pretty good right there, actually. Get a picture of the settlements up ahead, and the location will be added on your map. That's what we were talking about before. So we will do that. Let's trim out the airplane here first. So let's bring the nose down. There we go, nose down. That's pretty good there. We're still climbing though. Bring up the nose down a little bit more. There we go. Now we can get our camera out. There's the settlement. Look at that. Oh, it's an airfield down there too. Strip. Took that picture. Very cool. Now when we hit map, check it out. We have the new settlement here that we just saw. Which is just a little question mark for right now, because I guess you have to land there first. Probably. And you'll notice whenever we open up the map here, it doesn't show us where we're at because we have to navigate ourselves. 37, we're at 21 right now. It's accelerated time, obviously, not real time. But 37 will be there, so that makes sense to me. That means that our airport should be right up here around that bend to the right. I think I can barely make out where it will be. And we've got the airfield in sight from what I can tell off our nose here. I can see the hangars down there. So we're continuing our descent into the valley. This ADF is driving me a little nuts here. We can just dead reckon the rest of the way, to be honest with you, and just turn it off. We don't need it anymore. Yep, I can see the strip. It's going to be just a little turn to the right past that dry patch, basically. Let's pull our power back here all the way. Start slipping this thing in a little bit. Into the white arc. There's our flaps. Let the airplane roll out that way. And it's looking good. And I'm not going full flap. We're just going to go one notch above full for right now. Yeah, winds are a little crosswind from the left here, looks like. All right, pull our power out. Let the airplane settle here. Little right rudder and left aileron into the wind, just like that. We are down. We made it. On the brakes. There we go. Let's taxi into the ramp. Achieved in one piece. As much fuel we used. All right. Need to find out where they're keeping all the cargo at. I would imagine it's back here on the right. Down there. By that hangar. Where all that stuff is. You see that? Briefing hut. Fuel pump and all that. I'm just admiring the beaver there. Got a medical clinic here? That's cool. Oh yeah, there's the stuff right there. Very nice. We got a hangar over here. So we have a pilot hangar here, so we can always pull in there if we needed to. Maintenance hangar's right there in white. And this is where we're going to be, right over here. Cell tower apron. Okay. That's probably good, about right here. Yep, that's good. Fantastic. We'll stop the we'll stopwatch 51 on the block time. That's fine with me. And we'll go ahead and kill this. And turn you off. You can go off as well. Radios are off. And we made it in one piece. Ramp check. No notable issues found. Great. I guess you always get ramp checked, it seems like. Let's chalk the airplane. And we need to load this stuff. So we have a cargo compartment right here. And we also have a cargo door here as well. I'm not sure, but we probably, I think, have to remove the rear seats to get that thing in there. Let's see if we have to do that. Destination Morton. Yep, that's the one we want. Can we put it in here? Yes, we can. We didn't have to even move the seat. Look at that. And we should be able to put those in there, right? Oh, wait a minute. Those won't fit in there, will they? Well, I think it's too big. I think we have to remove that seat no matter what. Because this is probably not going to fit in here, is it? Is it? Oh, it will. Nice. Okay. Yeah, I didn't have to remove the seat. Perfect. Close that cargo door there. And check it out. You have to actually manually load the airplane. And it changes your center of gravity and everything for weight and balance. I think that's just so cool. Remove that. And this time we're going to fly back to the airport using the VOR. Although it's a pretty easy run, let's be honest. It's not hard at all. But I just wanted to show you what the game is capable of giving you, which I think is really, really, really cool stuff. All right, mixture's in. Airplane's hot. We don't need to even worry about the priming of the engine. Clear prop. All right, she is running. And we'll get our radios on. There we go. Out for you. DME is on. And now, not throttle, but right here on your OBS Omni bearing selector, you can move this around to where, see right now we are from the VOR. We want to be to the VOR, so let's spin it around. So we're to the VOR. And then we're going to get it lined up. So it looks like we're going to be heading about 195 on the heading. All the way back. 195 set. That's how you would do it if you wanted to go direct to the VOR. But remember, you can always change each of those spokes. Remember those spokes we talked about, what you saw out there on the actual VOR? That's what all of these are. So you can be like 210 radial inbound and you would intercept it like a line, basically. Yeah, this is so cool, man. I'm really having a blast with this sim. I really am. I love the economy. Now there are options later down the road where you can upgrade the airports. You can upgrade their equipment. You can upgrade the runways. There's a lot here. There really is. All right, back to Morton Salt we go. We've got ourselves a big barrel in the back of the airplane. You can clearly see, and some bottles. All right, clear on the left and clear on the right. Not that there's any other airplanes in here, but eventually that'd be really cool to see other AI airplanes that you would have to listen to on the radio to avoid running into, you know. On the taxi out, we're gonna reset our trim. There we go. Let's have a little bit of nose up trim. That's fine with me. Now we just turn around, we'll take off. We'll do a departure to the south. Let's go full power for takeoff. Stick is back, let the tail come up. A lot of right rudder on that one. There we go. A bit more. And about 55 knots for rotation. On up we go. Not taking those flaps out just yet. We want to have as much lift as we can out here right now as we start our turn to the right. And when we are upwind, we're going to be shallow in our turns, so about 5 to 10 degrees of turn here. But when we start to turn downwind, now we can go 30 degrees. Still using that little bit of flap there. Just wanted to make it interesting in this canyon. There we go. Now I can clean up the flaps. And that's realistic right there. When you bring the flaps in, that nose is going to drop down on you. So that's actually really cool that they have that modeled. I noticed that last time. I don't think I talked about it. Well, the last 2 times we flew. Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit more about how we would actually point ourselves in the right direction to the airport. And that is, you can see right here we have that line. If I go to the left here, you're going to see that line swing to the right. See how it's doing that? As we move towards the VOR. Looks like that smoke up in the distance there on that hill. And then now, if we swing back to the right, we're going to do what's called intercepting a radial. So, say we want to intercept to the VOR. Let's just do 210. So here's 210 about right here. Now, as that line starts to get in the middle, that's whenever we can make a left turn onto our heading of 195, and we'll be direct to the VOR on the 195 radial. So we would be inbound on the 195 radial for the Morton VOR, just like this. So here comes the left turn, and there you go. Right here lined up. We're headed right for the airport. And we can see our DME. We're 3.5 miles out, which we know it's on the other side of this mountain from experience. But we're going to be doing a left downwind for the runway because we know we checked our weather before we left. The winds are going to be out of the north, basically. It's been opposite. So what we've seen in the METAR is a little bit different than what we're actually seeing. So I don't know what's going on with that. I've noticed it's opposite day with that and also with our directions. So I don't know what that's about. Yeah, this is so much fun doing cargo runs. But it's going to get interesting, you know, when we have to deal with weather. That's what's going to be a big change in the gameplay loop. Dealing with weather and then having to use your VOR or your ADF. But another thing we didn't really go over last time is we didn't go over the suction gauge here, your vacuum, which is in the green in the middle. That's what you want. And then on the right-hand side, you can see your temperature on the cylinder head. And then you can also see oil pressure and oil temp right here, which are both in the green. So if you're operating in the green, you're good. The cylinder head temp is a little much there, so pull back a little bit more. Let's start our base leg turn here. Pull our power out. We'll easily make the white arc here. There we go. Do 1 notch of flaps here. Let it come on down. Here comes our turn. I remember where we're at now. Now there is track IR support and head tracking, eye tracking, all that, which is really nice. But I'm not using that today. We're just using good old mouse to look around. But I'm using a Thrustmaster HOTAS 1 for a joystick and throttle. Keep decent speed since we have to taxi all the way down to the end anyway. Now these pappies are broken, so don't try to chase these. The ones on 1.8 work, but the ones on 3.6 I've noticed do not. I mean, they do, but you're like on top of them when they do. Again, demo playtest, so it's fine. Yeah, we're just gonna take our time getting down here. Let's pull our power out. Let's try to get a good landing out of this thing. There we go. 129 on that one. Not bad at all. And I did notice the airplane handled a little bit different with this added weight that we have now. I think that's really cool. And again, that is the VOR right there. That's the VOR station that we were talking about. So if that hopefully makes more sense to you now. All right, it's this green hangar over here, it looks like, is where we're going. The Dashy Deliveries apron. Wonderful stuff. I guess we just put it in this white box, it looks like to me. All right. It's a little tight apron back here, though. Not a lot of room. We're going to just spin this thing around then, if that's the case. I'm not sure where they want us to put the stuff, but we'll set it like this so we can easily get back to our hangar all we need. Fill the engine. There we go. Fantastic stuff. That was awesome. Open this thing up. I'm gonna grab you, and I think you just set it in the square here. It looks like that's the case. And then I thought you would put it on those, but I think that's what we're doing here. Let's see. Let's get the other thing out of here. There it is right there. And this should mean we did it right, I would assume. Yeah. Job complete. There's our performance. We flew 20 nautical miles, used 17 gallons of fuel. It took us 4 hours and 27 minutes in game. Cargo damage 0%. And look at all those rep points we got there. Base payment 1,000. We were not late. Weather bonus of 250. Cargo damage was less than 20%. So that's a bonus. So we got 1350 for that. Everything looks good. I'm almost impressed. All right. We'll take it from here. Your next assignment just came through. Okay. That's fine with me. I don't ask questions. We just do the job. Seems pretty simple, right? You've been to Jones before, which means no excuses. Send me the deets. Oh, yeah. The airport we started at. Okay. Looks like the weather is really starting to change here. We might actually get some cloud cover. Yeah, this would be perfect for me if I could just figure out how to zoom out my FOV a little bit inside here. That would be really nice. All right, we have 4 of these boxes going to the medical center apron. We're definitely going to remove that rear seat so we can make room for all of these boxes. That is going to have to happen. All right, one more box in there. There we go. It is all loaded up to the brim in the back. Let's get the weather report really fast. 180 variable at 6, scattered 6,500. And looking at Jones, our destination, 180 at 6. Okay, gotcha. 2.4. Dang, dude. Good thing we checked that. So she's eating some oil. I will say that. Add some oil here. There we go. I think it has to be completely filled. There we go. Now we can check it. And yeah, we're good now. Okay, good to know. Clear prop. All right, 1 notch of flaps. Let's get out of here. And I just want to say, in case you are confused, you always take off and you always land into the wind. That is the reason why I look at these winds and we make decisions on how we take off. You don't just take off in the direction you need to go. You need to look at the wind, because taking off with a tailwind, especially on a tail dragger, is not ideal. You don't want to do that. Ooh-wee. Here we go, 55 on up in the air. Not bad at all. Got the airport in sight. We're just going to be entering a left downwind for the runway now. All right, 1 notch of flap there. 2 notch of flap there. Keep this thing turning. You can see the NDB is about 052, it looks like, heading-wise. It looks like we're going to be landing on the right runway, from what I can see. I saw the windsock earlier. I think the winds aren't crazy or anything, but we're making sure we're landing on the right runway here. We can see that wind is blowing from the left, so we're going to have a crosswind from the left here, it looks like. There we go. Let the airplane settle a little bit. And we'll throw the crab out. Left aileron into the wind here. If she wants to be nice. There we go. Man, that is about to ground loop there. So that was a lot worse than I thought it was going to be wind-wise. So it seems like once the airplane's tail sets down, you get a lot of grip. All right, we are clear of the runway. Let's clean our flaps up here. We're going to the medical center apron. Landing fee of $150. Looks like this is where they want us to drop, right over here. So we will do that. Nice and easy. Just watch that wing so we don't smash it into a trailer like an idiot. There we go. The door open here. Spin it off to the left. This is good right here. All right. Fill that. And we have made it back. I love the unloading and loading of cargo. This is so cool, man. I really do like it. There we go. 4.41 nautical miles. 4.91 gallons of fuel. Took an hour and 33. And look at all the rep points we got on that one. Base payment was good. Weather bonus was good. Cargo damage was good. And we got a total payment of $13.50 on that one. Perfect. No complaints. Beautiful. I'll handle the rest of the paperwork from here. Got another assignment for you. Our client lost an important shipment somewhere along the south coast of Waking. How will I recognize it? It's a shipping container. It's not exactly going to blend in. Once you spot it, take a photo and fax it over. We'll handle the rest. Send me the deets. Oh, it's over here on the right. Okay. Yeah, when it's super windy out like this, you don't want to use a whole lot of flap on takeoff because you just become a big, huge wind sail. And you don't want that, trust me. So we're going to go left stick into the wind here. As we add that power, we're going to have to use a lot of rudder here and left aileron on this takeoff roll. So there's our full power there. You ready for that right rudder? That's full right rudder, full right rudder. Holy moly. That's full right rudder. You can hear it. We're in the air. Yeah, -5 care. That was wild. That takeoff was wild. All right, photograph the container around south coast of Waking. There goes another flare right there. You see that? Nice. Okay, I think this is where the shipping container is going to be located, right down here on the left, it looks like. That big bright thing right there, maybe? Maybe that's it. Maybe that's the one we're looking for. Kind of looks like it, doesn't it? Let's trim the airplane out a little bit here. Yeah, I think that's it right there. Yep. That is the one. Let's get it right here. Sweet. We got it. We can RTB. We can rotate this thing around so we can see when we are to that VOR directly. And it looks like it's going to be heading about 320. All right, we are turning on to final right now. Right on the glide slope. Looking good. Let this thing come down ever so slightly here. I'm not sure how they judge the landings, if it's based on how soon you touch down. So we're going to see. The winds are not too bad right here. They're blowing right down the runway, which is great. Not bad at all. Let's kill our power here. Let the airplane come on down. Yellow. Man, Yeah, this thing is dancing all over the place, isn't it? Sure is. There we go. Not our best landing, but hey. We're down to one piece. All right, we'll just shut it down right here in front of the old hangar. And we will go fax all that information. Ramp check was good. No notable issues found. Beautiful. We're not fatigued. We're doing a good job, right? We're doing a good job. I did notice that my cargo door kind of opened in flight on me there, and this one kind of opened in flight on me for a little bit, but they did close, so I don't know what that was about. Maybe it was just a fluke. All right, let's use this old fax machine. Scanning the photo and sending it. Job complete. Search area of 12 feet. Target object count 1. Search time and area was only 13. Wow. It took us an hour 48. And there you have it. We continue on that. Oh, check it out. It's raining outside. It's storming. Whoa. We made it in just in time, dude. That could have been really bad. All right. Let's open up our messages here. What do we got? Nice work. We'll dispatch cleanup crew to that location. Sweet. And just to be clear, you saw nothing. One more assignment. This one's flagged as critical priority, so drop whatever you're doing and pay attention. What? I can't fly in this weather. I don't recall giving you a choice, newbie. As long as we own your plane, you work for us. That means you go where we tell you, when we tell you. Oh my God. Okay. What? Oh, we're going to this little tiny hut. I know where we're going. Okay, let's do it. There's a fat paycheck waiting for you at 3 corners. Happy landings. Oh my God. 13 knots. Thunderstorms. Oh my Lord. Yep, that is true. We have met the final boss in Deadstick in the demo play test. All right, let's remove the wheel chocks. I've got to move the... Oh, actually, we can probably make that turn. No problem. All right, we have got to put some fuel in this airplane. We have got to put some fuel in it. Back there a little further. Yep, a little further. All right. Can we fill up right here? Let's hope we can. Because these things are low. We're just going to go up half. That's good there on that side. And we'll put half in over here. Nothing too crazy. There we go. That's more than enough for right now. This is wild. Put that in there. And let's get out of here. Let's make sure these doors are closed all the way. And close it. Open you and close you. All right. Let's close the door there. Look at this. Look at the rain effects. Mixture's on. Master switch is on. Clear prop. Should be still warm from earlier. Yep, and it is. All right. Only 1 notch of flaps here. I am full right stick into the wind right now, and you can feel it moving this airplane around. This is... Oh, don't you do it. It's trying to ground loop us. Yeah, this is not ideal. These conditions are not ideal at all. Now I'm gonna go fully back on the stick. And we're gonna taxi down a little bit further before we turn around and take off, because this wind is nuts. Those wind socks are completely kicked out right now too. That is insane. And we're gonna take off to the north, and we're gonna skirt around this mountain to the left. Let's do it. Bring up the power. Full right rudder, full right rudder. There we go, and left. There we go. It's sliding all over the place. Sliding all over the place. We're good, we're good. We're in the air. Oh my God, look at that. There we go. Just point it into the wind like that, bud. And we're gonna go around to the left here. Ever so slightly. Granted, the visibility isn't near as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Let's bring those flaps up. We're a treetop flyer today. Watch our cylinder head temps bring the power back. There we go. We're looking for about 2,200 RPM. That is set. Now we're going to skirt around this mountain to that undisclosed location. That is definitely a dirt strip, it looked like to me. So that means we are going to be doing a soft field landing. So we're going to hold that stick all the way back in our lap after we touch down on the ground. What? That scared me. 7 weeks later, we got out of the medical clinic. Medical center invoice charges, surgery 500, medication 200, room charges 350, recovery service 425, medical center discount 700, insurance covered at 775, total due 0. What just happened? And we are way up here. Okay, we're from Boyce, it looks like. Let's look at our phone. That scared me. I was not expecting that. All right. You screwed up, newbie. I don't think we did there, Clint. Let's see what he has to say. You screwed up, newbie, big time. Planes are write-off, shipments destroyed. That client canceled all of their contracts. You're done here, terminated, effective immediately. Wow. WWLF is cutting their losses and pulling out of Bleak Rock. Thanks for nothing. You gotta be kidding me, Clint. You're a jackass. B Wayland, who's this? Hey, this is B from B's Repairs. Hope you're feeling better. I'm okay, thanks. Glad to hear it. Not many folks fly in a storm like that and live to tell the tale. Anyway, I figured you needed an airplane, so I patched up an old beater we had out back. She's no spring chicken, but hopefully it'll get you back on your feet. Head over to the hangar and see. We have an airplane now. Find new plane in the player hangar. That's this one right here, right? Oh, there she is. Look at that. Repaint aircraft using the customization bench. Oh, we can do the customization now and paint it. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Modify airplane. Here it is. We can respray it. Oh, look at the color. Oh, I love the yellow and black. That is cool. Let's do that one. Rename aircraft. It's called Skywolf. We'll call this Banana. Hit confirm. There we go. And check out. Confirm. There we go. New message received. Banana isn't the name I would have gone with, but okay. Does it matter? Of course it matters. She's not just any plane, she's your plane. Your partner's now. Anyway, I'm sure you two will be very happy together. Well, there you have it. I guess now we can actually do the missions, is what I would imagine. Got another message here. What do we got here? So look, folks all across Bleak Rock still need help after the storm. Okay, there was a lot of damage, entire communities cut off. Happy to lend a hand. Awesome, and I know just the guy. I'll put you in touch with Mayor Taylor. He's always got work. Actually, I've got a delivery for him here, a bunch of old books and junk for his collection. Don't send the details. Well, there you go. B's Repairs. Well, I guess we still have more to do. We have to go collect some cargo from Boyce next time. But let me know what you think of Deadstick in the comments below. I've been having an absolute blast with this game, obviously. So I am going to continue on till they say we can't play it anymore.